The real reason you don't understand native speakers? Have you ever watched a movie in English and felt completely lost? You know many words. You've studied grammar for years. You've memorized verb tenses, and you've spent hours doing exercises. But the moment a native speaker starts talking naturally, it feels like they're speaking a completely different language. You try to recognize the words you've learned, but they seem to disappear. Then that frustrating thought appears. Maybe English just isn't for me. Maybe I'll never understand real conversations. If you've ever felt like that, I have good news. The problem is probably not your vocabulary, your grammar, or your intelligence. The real problem is that nobody taught you how spoken English actually works. In school, we learn words separately. We pronounce every word carefully, almost like reading from a dictionary. But that's not how native speakers communicate. They don't stop after every word. They connect everything together into one smooth flow of sound. And today, you're going to discover exactly how that works. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand why native speakers sound so fast, why movies suddenly become easier to understand, and how you can train your ears to notice these patterns every single day. Before we begin, leave a comment below and tell me honestly, what is harder for you? Understanding movies, songs, or conversations with native speakers? Let's start with a simple experiment. Listen carefully to these two sentences. The first one is, I live in an apartment. The second one is, I live in an apartment. Most learners immediately think the second sentence is spoken faster, but that's not true. Listen again. I live in an apartment. I live in an apartment. Same speed, different rhythm. The difference is not speed. The difference is connection. Native speakers naturally connect the final sound of one word with the first sound of the next word. Instead of hearing several separate words, your ears hear one continuous stream of sound. That's exactly why English sounds so different from what you learned in textbooks. Once you understand this, everything begins to make more sense. Suddenly, conversations don't seem impossibly fast anymore. You simply start recognizing the connections instead of waiting for pauses that never come. This phenomenon is called linking sounds, and it's one of the biggest secrets behind fluent English. In fact, many advanced learners know thousands of words but still struggle to understand native speakers because they never learned this simple concept. Even worse, when they speak English themselves, they pronounce every single word separately. The result is correct grammar but unnatural rhythm. Native speakers usually understand them, but immediately notice that something sounds unusual. It's rarely because of the accent. Most of the time, it's because the words aren't connected naturally. English is a language with rhythm, and rhythm comes from linking words together. There are three very important types of linking sounds you should learn. The first is consonant to vowel linking. Whenever one word ends with a consonant sound and the next word begins with a vowel sound, native speakers usually connect them. Listen to these examples. An apple sounds almost like an apple. Take it sounds like take it. Pick it up becomes pick it up. Turn it on sounds almost like turn it on. I have an idea becomes I have an idea. These examples happen constantly in everyday conversations. Once you start listening for them, you'll notice them everywhere in movies, songs, podcasts, interviews, and conversations. The second type happens when two words share the same sound or a very similar sound. Instead of pronouncing both sounds separately, native speakers usually merge them into one. Think about expressions like what time. The two T sounds become one, making it sound like what time. The same thing happens in next time, best teacher, good day, and next to. Instead of hearing two completely separate words, your ears hear one smooth expression. This is one of the main reasons learners think native speakers are skipping letters. They're not skipping anything. They're simply making pronunciation more efficient and natural. The third type surprises many students because it depends on pronunciation, not spelling. Consider the word hour. Although it starts with the letter H, the H is silent. So an hour sounds almost like anor. The same happens with honest and honor and air. You also hear sound changes in expressions like cup of lass, coffee. The F in of is pronounced like a V, making it sound more like kupa of coffee. Or listen to kind of, sort of, and lots of. Native speakers connect these expressions so smoothly that beginners often think they're hearing completely different words. but they're actually hearing perfectly normal English pronunciation. Here's something interesting. Children who grow up speaking English never study these rules. Nobody sits them down and explains linking sounds. They simply hear them every day from the moment they're born. Their brains naturally recognize the patterns. As adult learners, we can train our brains to do exactly the same thing. It just takes focused practice and repetition. The more you expose yourself to natural English, the more automatic these connections become. Now let's test your ears. Listen to this sentence carefully. I'm in an apartment now, but in an hour, I'll be next to you. What time is the meeting? How many linking sounds can you identify? Pause the video if you need more time. Seriously, don't rush. Try listening again before checking the answer. Ready? There are 9 important connections. I'm in becomes immin. In-an becomes in-an. The in connects directly into apartment. Later we hear in-an again before hour, creating another smooth connection. Then we have next to, what time? Time is, and finally, is meeting. Once you begin noticing these links, sentences that once sounded impossible suddenly become much clearer. Now, let's talk about practice, because understanding the theory isn't enough. The first technique is to use music. Pick a song you already enjoy. Read the lyrics while listening. Every time you notice words connecting together, underline them. Then sing along with the artist. Don't worry if your singing isn't perfect. The goal isn't music. The goal is copying the rhythm of connected speech. Singing naturally trains your mouth to produce linking sounds without overthinking them. The second technique is shadowing. Choose a short clip from a movie, YouTube video, podcast, or TV series. Only 2 or 3 seconds long. Listen once, pause, repeat exactly what you hear, matching not only the pronunciation, but also the rhythm, speed, and emotion. Repeat the same clip 10 or 20 times. This may seem repetitive, but it's one of the fastest ways to improve listening and pronunciation simultaneously. The third technique is active listening. Instead of simply watching videos for entertainment, challenge yourself to predict where linking sounds will happen. Ask yourself questions while listening. Which consonant connects to the next vowel? Which sounds disappeared? Which sounds merged together? This transforms passive listening into real training. Here's another important secret. Don't try to speak fast. Many learners believe fluency means speaking quickly. It doesn't. Fluency means speaking smoothly. Native speakers aren't racing through sentences. They're simply connecting words efficiently. If you focus on rhythm instead of speed, you'll sound much more natural without speaking any faster. One more thing that many students discover after practicing linking sounds is increased confidence. Suddenly, conversations become less stressful. Instead of translating every word into your native language, your brain starts recognizing complete sound patterns. You begin thinking in English instead of constantly decoding English. That's when real progress happens. So here's today's challenge. Choose one expression with at least 3 linking sounds. It could be, I have an idea. What time is it? Turn it on or pick it up. Repeat it 50 times today. Record yourself. Compare your pronunciation with a native speaker. Repeat the same exercise tomorrow. After 1 week, you'll notice that both your listening and your pronunciation have improved significantly. Before you leave, tell me in the comments, which English song, movie, or TV series are you going to use to practice linking sounds this week? I'd love to know. And if this lesson helped you understand why native speakers sound so different, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another English lesson. Also, check the free practice training in the description below. It will help you reinforce everything you learned today with simple daily exercises. Keep practicing, keep listening, keep connecting words naturally, and remember, fluency isn't about speaking faster. It's about understanding the rhythm of real English. See you in the next lesson.